Hey, it's Mark Rolton, and I want to bring you a short piece around keeping it real. I have a lot of people that approach me and say, things just seem so perfect for you. And I couldn't think of a statement that would be further from the truth. When I first started out, things were not always beer and Skittles. And over the years, I've learned some great lessons as a result of those major catastrophes. And one of them just recently I want to highlight, because things aren't always, glitzy and simple. A little while back I did a joint venture with two bankers at the beginning of 2007. These particular individuals were worth about $120 million between them. So naturally you would think that would be a fairly good association. My role was to literally execute the development approval, was to oversee the construction as a project manager of this high-rise tower, and obviously to provide the exit strategy. That was my involvement, and that would foresee me taking about 49% of the total profits. To generate the opportunity to obviously oversee the DA construction and to provide the way out. They were purely just a funding arm. And I'm being very candid and upfront with you because I want you to realise that it's not always easy for me either. If you're struggling, if you had some challenges, if there's some real problems in your life at the moment or has been in the past, I want you to realise that that's completely normal. So here's what happens. The property, the deal, the transaction is worth around about $16.4 million net. It was about a $70 odd million GR, and obviously we get to keep 16.4 net out of the deal. I end up with 49%, or about $8 odd million, and then the other party does as well, just for funding the transaction. Turns out that they decided to put all their assets into their spouses' names and to leave me out in the wind, when I wasn't even a borrowing entity to this particular transaction. As you can imagine, things went sideways very quickly. I was obviously looking down the barrel of having to come up with, the entire amount of money. Let's call it, $37 odd million in hard costs. And here I am, obviously dealing with banks and institutions and trying to make good, obviously, my relationship and trying to explain what happened to these two other partners. And being worth so much money, hence the reason that these institutions lent the money to these particular people anyway. But it wasn't great, and I had to work through the best part of 8 months, with solicitors and with trying to get to the bottom of this and trying to find a solution, working with the institutions and things like that. It wasn't great. They weren't easy times. It was very, very turbulent, and I found it very, very stressful. But here's what I know. I believe that those things are sent to test you and I. It's almost like it's kind of an examination, if you will. You've kind of met this level and you're doing okay, and I'm saying this for your sake, you're doing okay, and all of a sudden challenges and problems and issues kind of raise their heads. And we can either look at and stare it in the face, or we can run the other direction full of fear. And I know that if you're watching this video by now, you are certainly a part of the primary group. Let's look at it, let's tackle it head on, and let's make do. Let's try and make the best of this situation. So keeping it real is just about realising that there are going to be challenges along the way. That's part of the process. But I truly believe that hones a finer gem. It produces a better value, a better quality of diamond. So I want you to realise that this is normal, and I look forward to hearing your stories, whether good, bad or indifferent, along the way. So this is Mark Rolton signing off, keeping it real. I look forward to speaking with you soon. Bye for now.